Hello, hello, and welcome to a new Featurette Friday episode of your favorite horror movie podcast, Monster Madness. I'm Erika, and joined with me is a man who is not a fan of Swiss cheese, or at least Swiss cheese movies. My boy, Matt.
You can't mess with Swiss. Swiss cheese is a top-tier cheese. You can put it on everything. It's going to be a great time. Like you said, though, Swiss cheese movies, not ideal. I am not looking forward to this whatsoever.
On a tiered list, you got Jarlsberg, Gruyere, Swiss. What's the ranking?
They're all pretty fucking close to each other, so that's
Why I asked
a
it.
strange question. I've had the most Swiss, then Gruyere, and then Jarlsberg. So I'm just going to go in that order. I mean, they're interfucking-changeable.
Pretty much, yeah. I've used all three.
False. Sharp cheddar.
Is that God tier?
I mean, yeah.
Extra sharp cheddar.
Extra sharp cheddar makes all your bad feelings good feelings.
That's true. And then in about an hour or two, you have bad feelings again, but then you get good feelings again once all the bad feelings come out.
Yep.
So on this Featurette Friday, we're talking about 2024's Trap. Before we get into that, breaking news, Matt. I literally just read this before we started.
It's just Trap.
What did I
It's
say?
not the popular rock band Trapped. You said Trapped.
Oh, I did, didn't I?
You are not headstrong.
We're not echoing?
I said you're not headstrong.
Echo is another song, dumbass. I'm vibing off you.
Oh, all I care about is that one song. I don't.
God, man, that was a vibe when that song came out. I'm going to keep saying trapped by accident, though. So trap.
That's fine.
Hard P's. But breaking news, not horror related. I did see this before we started recording. Did you see that Dave Grohl had an extramarital affair and now has a new baby? He's been married for 23 years.
It's fucking Dave Grohl.
Yeah, he's Dave Grohl. He has no fucking... he has no chin. He has no fucking jaw.
Well, there is that. All I'm saying is he's not infallible as a human being.
Oh, I know. But, I always find it strange when celebrities are just like, hey, guys, just so you know, I had a baby because it's going to be breaking news. Like, why do I give a fuck?
Whoopsie doodle.
Is it a whoopsie doodle, though? My dick accidentally fell into her and ejaculated.
He tripped and fell. Yeah. Maybe he was a premature ejaculator, and as soon as his penis gets near a vagina, he just gooshes.
What made me laugh the most was he was just like, I love my wife and my children, and I'm going to do everything I can to earn their trust back. Well, if you loved your wife, your dick wouldn't have, snaked into someone else. And the snake imagery I want you all to have is that little game that's on old phones, just going around trying to get that little dot.
Instead of that little dot, it's blonde women.
I guess that's his vibe. But anyway, we're talking 2024's Trap.
What's with all the police trucks outside and the cameras everywhere, Jamie? Something happening?
I'm not supposed to tell him. Don't rat me out.
I won't.
You know the butcher? The freaking nut job that goes around just chopping people up?
Yeah.
Well, the feds or whatever heard that he's gonna be here today. So they set up a trap for him. This whole concert, it's a trap.
Wow. Here?
Yeah, they're watching all the exits. They're checking everyone that leaves. There's no way to get out of here except backstage, I guess, but no one can get backstage. See? It's kind of dope, right? Yeah. Don't tell anyone, I'll get in deep crap.
This movie is rated PG-13 and has a runtime of 1 hour and 45 minutes. It's directed by M. Night Shyamalan. What?
I just saw the greatest fucking tweet regarding this Dave Grohl thing that I needed to share with you.
Tell me right now.
A lot of men have recently become the fathers of new baby daughters born outside of Dave Grohl's marriage. You don't hear them bragging about it.
Nice. Love it. It was written and directed by M. Night Shyamalan. It was released on August 2nd, 2024. It stars Josh Hartnett, Ariel Donahue, Salika Shyamalan, Alison Pill, Haley Mills, Jonathan Langdon, Mark Bacola, Marnie McPhail, Kid Cudi, someone just named Russ. Literally his name. Oh, Russ Vattel. There it is. Marcia Bennett, Vanessa Smythe, M. Night Shyamalan, and Lachlan Miller. It was produced by Blinding Edge Pictures and the Government of Canada Income Tax Credit Program. It was distributed by Warner Brothers. What's the M stand for in M. Night?
Menage.
Oh, okay. Menage Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm butchering it. Shyamalan. Okay. Knight isn't really his middle name. It's Nellyatui. Nelliyattu.
You just said a lot of things. I need you to know that when people spell things at me, I literally lose the ability to read or hear words.
That's fine. I'm just saying, like, it's nowhere near the word night.
Hey, man, it's night in his heart. It was filmed from
I
October...
really don't want to talk about this movie.
Oh, Jesus. Well, too bad. It's too bad. We're here. One of us is queer. It was filmed from October 16th, 2023 to December 13th, 2023. Some taglines. There's only two. A new M. Night Shyamalan experience. And the last one, 30,000 fans, 300 cops, one serial killer, no escape.
The only trap I felt was watching this movie.
Oh, God. I got tears in my eyes. So, let me bring up the plot.
It's just 90 minutes of staring at white dog shit.
I have to, let the audience in on a couple of things. Number one, Matt texted me that he was watching this, and I think he was mildly, interested in it at first.
I was super excited about it.
And then it quickly devolved. I'm doing dishes just to get through this piece of shit, was the direct quote.
I started drinking too.
There it is. So I will be reading this one, but I do have I am in line with your opinion. This is not a good movie. It is not a yay. It's definitely a nay. There are many plot holes. Your one plot hole was kind of, I think, just your rage more than anything, because...
Which one?
We'll get there. But
okay.
I have one giant opinion about M. Night. After seeing a majority of his movies, this felt very different than anything else he had done. But I'll get to that in a minute. So the plot of this movie, and mind you, this whole play, like everything with M. Night, it takes place in Philadelphia. So I see my hometown. The arena that they filmed in, even though they stated, I think they said, like, the film locations were filmed in Ontario, Canada. It's basically the Wells Fargo Center, which is down in Philadelphia. I literally was just at a concert there less than a year ago, and it looked exactly the same. I don't know if he made it that way or he actually filmed in there, but either which way, Philadelphia. So it was cool to see my hometown. Philadelphia firefighter Cooper Abbott takes his teenage daughter Riley to pop star Lady Raven's concert as a reward for her good grades. There, Cooper notices the unusually high police presence around the concert venue. He learns from a vendor named Jamie that the FBI plans to catch a serial killer known as the Butcher. Having learned he will be in attendance, Cooper is revealed to be the Butcher himself, secretly checking footage on his phone of his latest captive victim, Spencer, in a basement. He steals Jamie's ID card and learns the passphrase that will identify him as an employee, using the card to gain access to a back room and steal a police radio. Hearing a woman predict...
Okay, hold on. I am going to piss and moan about this turd on while it's happening in real time. So, the merch guy says, I shouldn't tell anybody this, but I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
And then is like, the only other thing I shouldn't be telling you is the thing that'll get you out of this fucking building. Like, come on.
Okay, that is a huge, obvious plot hole, because number one...
It's fucking stupid. It's just dumb.
Here's the thing. if there was a sting that large to find a serial killer who only had killed 12 people, let's be real, that's not that many.
Yeah, those amateur numbers, boy.
Low. Number one, my biggest critique is that I've been to the Wells Fargo Center numerous times. I've been to venues numerous times. There's cameras everywhere. They would fucking see him immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Pick him out of a fucking... He is not an eagle in a haystack. He is the fucking haystack.
Mm-hmm. A middle-aged white guy at a fucking pop star concert sticks out already.
My second thing, and it comes with the guy, the vendor. If FBI is working a sting, they are not telling 150 employees what they're doing. They're going to keep everybody in the dark as much as possible because that's what a sting operation is. It's baiting and switching and deceiving. Not, hey, everybody in this fucking venue knows everything. Here's your passcode. Even if they did tell the vendors, every single section would have a different passcode. And you would have to have verification of that passcode. Not like, hoo, I found this wallet with this fucking card that says whatever.
That's we'll get there when we get there, but that was another thing that really pissed me off. But yeah, I lost my thought there. It's probably better this way anyways.
That's fine.
Oh, sorry. He also mentions, I'm pretty sure that's at this point, he mentions that the concert was made to catch him.
You misunderstood that.
Are you sure?
Yes, you did. And that's where I wanted to address. The one thing that you got wrong was that concert was not made to catch him. It was adjusted to catch him. Because, spoiler alert, because obviously we're spoiling the whole movie, his wife wanted him to get caught because she was already onto him while she knows that the FBI was hunting for him. So she ripped the ticket stub and left it so that cops would look into the concert hoping to find him.
By that point in the movie, I was so fucking checked out. But I thought, and then, okay, fine. It still doesn't make, there's no redemption at all. No, but it would have been real fucking sloppy writing if that is what it was. So I guess fuck this movie.
That's fine. Your opinion still stands.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
What's it like to do a concert? I'm a theater teacher for the 5th graders. It must be so much work, I can't even imagine.
It was actually very strange today. Not like a normal concert day.
Oh, really? Why is that?
Do you know who the butcher is, Rachel?
The butcher? You mean crazy person who does that to people? Yes, I've heard of him. He's a monster. That's all I can say. My friends and I have had nightmares.
Well, apparently, he made a mistake. About 2 weeks ago, the FBI and police came to me and they told me they had found out he was gonna be at my concert today. They found a portion of a receipt for a ticket. They found it in one of his fake houses that they're fairly certain are his. For some reason, he bought tickets to my concert. We had no idea why. Most of my fans are teenage girls.
My God. But did you catch him?
Not yet.
Did they tell you anything about him?
They did. They said he was probably a man in his 30s or early 40s. White. He probably has a position of authority.
So interesting.
They even know he drives a dark-colored car.
They have photos of his car.
No. They know from the precision of the crime scenes in fake houses, he's what's called an organized offender. Probably OCD. Those individuals always drive dark cars because they appear cleaner.
Wow. They're so smart. They've sure learned a lot about him.
Yeah, I had no idea they knew all this.
He was a man who had a scarring relationship with his mother. She was probably the first person to sense he was different.
What a stressful day you must have had. You must be tired.
Oh, God, that's true.
Don't feel like you have to stay here to be polite. You've been so incredibly kind to Riley. Let me walk you to the door.
Hearing a woman predict his movements over the radio, Cooper sets off an explosion in a food stand's kitchen and uses the chaos to access the roof, where he learns from a police officer.
To your earlier point, if they had cameras, they would have seen him dump a bunch of bottles in a fucking fryer.
Easily. Again, next time, anybody listening, even you, Matt, next time you're in a mall, a venue, you're in venues all the fucking time. Look up. There's cameras everywhere anymore.
Well, how are you even going to get back into a kitchen to get to a fryer to be able to dump bottles in there for them to explode without someone being like, what the fuck are you doing, guy?
I forget, didn't he? He did something before that to distract people so that he could do that.
Some distraction, but you're telling me, was this the one when he pushed the girl down the stairs? But you're telling me there wasn't one person that was like, what are you doing, man? Like, even if they were watching the girl to figure out what's going on, they would have seen this guy. Like, it's just, yeah.
No,
when there are 30,000 people, like, how?
Yeah. No, the first push, the push down the stairs was the first attempt of him trying to get the cops away from the door, but there was cops outside blocking the doors, and the cops inside were the ones that aided the girl. Hearing a woman predicting his movements over the radio, Cooper sets off an explosion in a food stand's kitchen and uses the chaos to access the roof, where he learns from a police officer that the manhunt is led by Dr. Josephine Grant, an FBI profiler. Confused by Cooper's behavior, Riley asks him to stay with her. She talks about being chosen as Lady Raven's dreamer girl, who gets to dance on stage with the singer and receives backstage access, which Cooper believes has the only exit not covered by the police. Cooper lies to Lady Raven's uncle that Riley recently recovered from leukemia, getting her selected to be the dreamer girl. However, after the concert ends, Cooper learns that the police are also guarding the backstage exit. He privately reveals himself. Oh, God, I'm posting that on the Instagram later. Oh, sheesh. Oh, Jesus. He privately reveals himself as the butcher to Lady Raven, listening to remotely kill Spencer if she does not escort him and Riley out of her limousine. She complies, but asks to come to Riley's house, where she stalls for time by explaining the FBI operation to the family, unsettling Cooper by describing Grant's profile of him as someone with maternal issues and obsessive-compulsive disorder, which they showcased a little bit, which I liked. That was the only thing I liked. I was like, they did make note, if you paid attention to Josh Hartnett's movements, of like everything he did was very cleanly. He folded his napkin a certain way. He didn't just dump his food on the floor. He did not leave traces of his DNA. I was like, okay, I'm liking this so far. They had me in the first half. I'm not going to lie. They had me a little bit in the first 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, it wasn't a complete shit show right out of the gate.
No. She also explains that the police discovered details about the butcher's attendance at the concert via a torn ticket receipt left in a vacant house that was reported anonymously. Lady Raven steals Cooper's phone and locks herself in the bathroom. She obtains details from Spencer about where he was taken and live streams it to her fans, one of whom finds and rescues him. She outs Cooper to his wife, Rachel, and he locks his family upstairs while Lady Raven texts her driver to contact the police. Cooper attempts to drive off with Lady Raven, but Cooper's family escapes and distracts him long enough for her to flee into her limousine. The police arrive and Cooper flees the house through a secret tunnel before disguising himself using a SWAT uniform and driving the limousine off with Lady Raven. After he reveals his identity, she unlocks the window and draws a mob of fans to stop him so the FBI can catch up. But Cooper changes into a fresh set of civilian clothes and gets away. Cooper returns home and confronts Rachel, and Rachel confesses that she had suspected he was the butcher and left the receipt in the vacant house for the police to find, thus revealing that she was the one who tipped them off. Cooper decides to kill her and then himself, but Rachel persuades him to share some leftover pie made for Riley. After Cooper admits his hatred for Rachel and causing him to miss seeing his children grow up, he realizes that Rachel drugged the pie with pills from his tool bag, leading him to hallucinate his mother expressing pride in him for feeling a real emotion. The hallucination is actually Grant impersonating Cooper's mother to calm him down. He is tased by SWAT officers as he walks up to her. As he is led away, he stops to adjust Riley's bicycle. This pissed me off so fucking bad. I was like, I can clearly see he's taking a wire out of the fucking bike. Is nobody paying attention? He has 5 guns on him, but okay. And shares a tearful embrace with her before being loaded into the police van. As it drives away, Cooper starts to pick his cuff with the bicycle spoke he secretly took, not secretly, laughing to himself. In a mid-credit scene, Jamie learns of Cooper's identity while watching the news, which was probably the best part of the movie. Was that little... It wasn't even mid-credits. It was literally before the credits.
You told me not to watch it.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, you did. You said there's a mid-credit... No, was it you? Nope,
No,
someone else.
Was not. Twas not. Twas not. So, that was the plot of Trapped.
It's like M. Night Shyamalan was like, hey, I have this daughter who wants to be a singer. I'll just make a movie about her, and then work backwards to make the worst fucking movie imaginable.
Yeah, so we all know M. Night from all of his movies that have come. Some have been really good, some have been shit. I absolutely love Signs. I love The Village. I saw Sixth Sense when I was a kid and it fucking traumatized me, and I have not watched it since. But I want to revisit it after watching this movie, actually. I just remember Misha Barton, that little girl who was being poisoned by Lysol, like just vomiting in her bed. I watched that as like a 7-year-old and I was like, what the fuck? Is my mom trying to kill me? I saw Unbreakable one time. I've seen Split. I saw that Lady in the Water, I think. And I think that's all of them. I might be missing one or two. Lady in the Water was his weakest one before this one, in my opinion. What bothers me about this movie is, like, I feel like M. Night is taking all of the qualities of his movies that make his movies so unique and so fun and good to watch, because you know that there's going to be a massive twist. I didn't feel that way when I watched Signs. Like, there wasn't like this crazy twist at the end. Like, oh, they fucking dissolve when you throw water on them. Swing away, Meryl. That wasn't like a shocking twist to me, because I had already seen or, had talked to my dad about like War of the Worlds, where a fucking common cold killed those aliens right quick. Spoiler alert for that movie. The Village had an incredible twist. If you haven't ever seen that movie, I don't want to spoil it because I know my girlfriend hasn't seen it and I want her to watch it. And she listens to our episodes. But you know The Village, incredible twist at the end. Sixth Sense, everybody knows that he was fucking dead the whole time. Incredible twist. This, I feel like he saw how good Jordan Peele's movies are and wanted to kind of be like that, but fell flat on his fucking face. He wanted the horror aspect with peppered in humor, and, the vendor was the main focal point of the funny. And it just didn't fucking work because you expect an M. Night Shyamalan movie. I knew right away when I read the tagline on the poster, I'm like, okay, so clearly Josh Hartnett's the serial killer and this is all a ruse to get him. But what the big twist was that his wife was actually the one that set the trap. It's a trap within a trap. Okay, that's okay. But there was just too many things that were wrong. He would have been easily tracked from the get-go. The best thing that he could have done was to just go to the concert and be vetted by the cops and then leave. All of the effort he put forward to try and evade them was what fucking set all the alarms off. Because what are the cops going to do? If he had a squeaky ass clean record, what are they going to do? He's a firefighter from Philly. He has probably no criminal record. He's there with his young daughter. Most male serial killers are in their mid-30s. They're white males, and they usually are isolated, yada, yada, yada. If you're going with an actual profile, that is pretty commonplace if you watched even a single true crime thing. He would have been able to just leave. She tore a piece of a fucking receipt. It didn't have his credit card number on it, clearly, or his name, because then they would have been like, ho, it's fucking Cooper Abbott.
Yeah, so they had the receipt, they knew he was going to be there, and then he had the tattoo on his wrist. That's all they had to go off. I mean, specifics other than, rough height, not good.
Yeah, it was just too much. I forgot about the tattoo, which, like, that was, like, unexplained. Like, oh, he would have never gotten a tattoo. If he had these urges this whole time in his whole life, he would have made sure. And here's the other thing. I love Josh Hartnett. He's great in horror. I love The Faculty. even though some people really don't like that one. I love it for what it is. Halloween H2O is one of my favorite Halloweens. 30 Days of Night is incredible.
The Faculty?
I said The Faculty.
Oh, sorry. You cut out. So I missed that. I apologize.
No, I said it's good for what it is. I mean, people, if you want to go through a fine-tooth comb, it's not going to be in the Criterion collection, but it's fucking great. This high school student who's a fucking drug dealer selling sugar to everybody, and then by the end of the movie, he's fucking Famke Janssen. Like, it doesn't get any better than that in the 90s, really. So, he's great in horror. I did not like how he played a serial killer, of just the overt politeness, like, haha, this wide-eyed dude. And I couldn't figure out what was bothering me about his face. They filled in his fucking gap in his teeth for the movie.
I just thought he got it fixed, to be honest.
He still has it.
Yeah, that makes it worse.
I don't know, man. It fell flat for me. And it really bummed me out because I actually almost went to see this in the theater because I saw the trailer and I was like, all right. I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah. I at least hoped for a media amount of entertainment for 90 minutes. That's all I was after. And I got none of that. And my fucking liver paid for it.
I mean, that's a you problem. You can't blame the movie for that. I can and I will.
Shut up.
So on that note, I'm going to run through some quick minutiae that Matt will not care about, but maybe you will. While being distributed by major studios, Trap was allowed to resume film. Oh, fucking nobody cares about that. That's the whole fucking. During the writer strike, M. Night financed the whole thing, so they were allowed to return to work, which it's still a strike, so I don't get it. M. Night declared in an interview that the plot was inspired by the Washington, D.C. Operation Flagship Sting operation on December 15th, 1985, which was organized by the U.S. Marshal Service and the Metropolitan Police to lure wanted fugitives to Washington Convention Center under the pretenses of free tickets. It resulted in 101 arrests, one of the largest and most successful mass arrests of fugitives by U.S. law enforcement. Fucking dumbass fugitives. The character of Cooper uses an iPhone, which deviates from the rules Apple tries to enforce, where villains aren't allowed to do so. This is probably because the director financed the film on his own. I didn't know Apple had this whole holier than thou. Excuse me, villains, you can't use an Apple phone. No. Everybody uses a fucking Apple phone.
Doesn't surprise me.
Whatever.
Right, but they want their money.
Also true. For conversational scenes in which actors would look into the camera lens, M. Night attached a one-way mirror to the lens that would reflect off another mirror and allow the actor in close-up to see the other actor. That's a fun little camera trick right there. About 10 minutes into the movie, as the SWAT cars are approaching on the road, a billboard is visible in the background advertising the movie The Watchers, which was produced by M. Night Shyamalan and directed by his daughter, Ashana Shyamalan. I didn't know the Shyamalan family was all a bunch of entertainers.
And The Watchers was actually pretty decent.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh, you're going to love this. According to M. Night, the pitch and concept of the movie revolved around the question of, what if The Silence of the Lambs happened at a Taylor Swift concert?
I would not be upset if an asteroid killed me right now.
I've said that to you like 15 times in the last month. Like, I wish a comet would just fucking hit me.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be that sad.
You wouldn't be sad if a comet hit me?
No, if it hit me.
Here's the thing. They did a really good job at making this basically a Taylor Swift concert. Like, the Dreamer Girl thing, Taylor has a thing. I know you don't care, but she does have a thing where she gives a girl gets selected every concert, and during her fucking one song, she puts a hat on her and gives it to her. Like, that's the extent of it. Precious.
I'm fine with that. But there was another, like, how many concerts have you been to where there are like 15, 20-minute set changes and costume changes in between songs? I highly doubt even Taylor Swift takes more than 5 minutes to switch shit out.
Not even that. I literally have watched the Eras Tour multiple times because my kids love it, and it's better than fucking watching goddamn Blippi or whatever the fuck they're into this week. And it's the full concert. It's like start to finish, the whole concert, the whole timeline. It's 3.5 hours. And
it's insane.
I mean, say what you will about Taylor Swift. You don't have to like her music. You don't have to like her as a person, whatever. The girl fucking goes.
Oh no, I've heard she runs while singing her songs to
Yep.
practice. So it's like, dude, good for you. I mean, she's makes a fucking butt fuck ton of money. She's ruining football. But
She's not ruining
I shouldn't say
football.
she's
Fuck
ruining football.
you.
I don't
Shut
like
the
the
fuck up.
Chiefs. That's a different
Yeah,
fucking
no. Yeah, fuck the
conversation.
Chiefs. Fuck the
uh,
Chiefs.
well, right, but NFL and TV is like, shit, she's here, that makes money. So that it's just all part of like, it makes it unenjoyable to watch. But all of that stuff aside, she clearly, is worth $1 billion for a reason. I don't understand the allure to her music, but most people don't understand the music that I listen to and why I find it enjoyable. So I'm just not her target audience. That's fine. But as a performer, and the whole fucking point I'm trying to make is there's never 15 or 20 minutes in between songs so that someone can change and you can swap out a set. So
Never.
the fact that he disappeared and walks around the fucking stadium and all this shit and then comes back and a song's just starting is like that ruins the immersion.
Yeah, it was like the laxest concert I've ever seen in my life. I'm like, he's just like meandering. They're eating dinner before the concert in the venue. Then they're
Yeah.
eating at their seat. Then it starts. Then they're doing this. Then if when my daughter's 15 and I take her to a concert, she's gonna want to fucking stand there like I would have at 15 and watch every fucking song. If my dad kept being like,
Right.
"Come on, let's go walk over here," I'd be like, "No, I want to watch the fucking concert." Josh Hartnett did not watch any media in preparation for his role to make the character his own and researched psychopathy, including books about serial killers. Psychopathy? There it is. I think that's it.
Psychopathy, yeah.
Yeah.
I hate that fucking word.
Right?
It gets overused a lot.
Yeah. It did not scream for critics before its theatrical release. There was a reason. As M. Night was writing the script, his daughter composed 14 songs for the film designed to match the action on screen. Oh, and she released the whole album for the movie. So if you're itching to listen to some Lady Raven, Matt's real excited.
As Lady Raven, or is it under Salika?
Probably Salika.
It is Lady Raven.
There it is.
Oh,
Maybe
no. Okay, hang on. Nope. It all links back to her. I do want to point out, she only has 355,000 monthly listeners on Spotify.
Yeah.
Insane Clown Posse has 2.1 million. So,
Fuck you.
you ain't shit, Salika.
Like many of M. Night's films, the movie is set in his hometown of Philadelphia, PA. And Josh Hartnett has a diastema between his front teeth that was covered for this role. I did not know that there was a name for having a gap between your front two teeth. But here we are, learning.
Learned something new today.
Yep, there it is. Salika listed Adele, Billie Eilish, Rihanna, Rosalia, and Taylor Swift as inspirations for her performance. Yeah. And lastly, the script for this movie was finished in 5.5 months. Yay.
I thought you were going to say 5.5 hours, because that seems like a more plausible amount of time to write this piece of shit.
Would have made fucking sense.
I can't tell if you're mocking me or you're in agreement with me.
No, I am
You're
in
just
agreement.
being a dick.
I did not like it. Brooke liked it. I'll tell you that right now. She liked it. She
Is
didn't
it
hate
too
it.
late to get rid of her?
Yeah.
This is grounds for separation.
She's here for the long haul. Even if her movie taste is not up to scruff for you.
What did she like about it? And like bullet points, because we've already talked about this movie way too fucking long, and I'm starting to get hungry.
I don't remember.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but her exposure to horror has been greatly increased since dating you, correct?
100%.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So is it enjoyable to someone that hasn't watched fucking thousands of horror movies like we have?
Probably. She really liked the concept. She's not jaded by it.
Look, it was not a bad concept. It was just not executed well at all.
She really liked the concept. I mean, and I don't blame her. The concept is good. However, we are jaded and we're pieces of shit. So it's a big fat nay for us.
I would rather punch myself in the dick than watch this movie ever again.
Do it right now.
No. That's
Okay.
hurtful.
Oh shit. On that note, that's gonna do it for this Featurette Friday. I'm sorry we're a little bit of a damper on this one. Trap was not good. Trap. It wasn't good. Go listen to the band Trapped. Their 2003 hit Headstrong. I think it came out in 2003. I feel like it did.
Probably. They're always in the news, though, because they're a fucking train wreck of a band right now.
Wait, what happened? Tell me.
Oh, my God. Fuck. I can't remember. I think the singer keeps getting in arguments on Twitter with people or some shit.
That tracks.
Apparently they're on tour and no one's... This Metal Injection article, Trapped is still out there playing to basically nobody. And it's a picture of like a big concert hall and there's maybe 50 people there. Yeah, 40 people attending a Trapped show as the band flubs the intro riff to Headstrong. Oof. Wow,
2002.
fuck
I was so close. It came out in 2002. 22 years ago. On that note, thank you for joining us on this Featurette Friday Monster Madness. If you have anything that you would like us to chat about, please send it our way. I will have a couple solo featurettes coming up soon, if I haven't already done them, for books that I read, because Matt doesn't know how to read. Yeah. Enjoy it. Enjoy your Friday. We enjoy you. We love you. We did enjoy this one. Bye.
Bye.
I feel such rage toward you, Rachel. I've never felt this before. That's different. That's about being seen by them. At the end, the way they look at me, it's strange. It gives me peace. There's almost no darkness in it at all. This is pure anger. It's so unfamiliar. It's like it's eating me from the inside. I feel out of control. But it's why I'm angry. That's amazing. It's because I won't see Riley and Logan again. Because of you. I won't get to see them grow up. And that's overwhelming me. Look at this. We're just gonna end in the average way. Headline of murder-suicide.